Join us in Ethiopia for the African birthday of Christ from December the 29th, 2025 to January the 7th, 2026. A 10-day tour of Addis Ababa, Shashamane, Sidamo, its sulfur baths, and the majestic waterfalls of the south. Plus, the Battle of Adwa Memorial Museum, the palaces of Haile Selassie I and the great Menelik II, and much, much more will be added to this. Take advantage of our 50% discount until the 1st of October. Purchase your package for the remarkable price of only $1,200. Listen to this. All inclusive means your transportation, your accommodation, your security, and so forth. Again, the 50% offer will last until the 1st of October. To purchase your package or just to receive more information, email us at priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com and you will get more information as it relates to the bonus tour to Lalibela, Ethiopia, the land of origins. See you there. When a man starts to wake, he naturally pulls away from the crowd, not because he hates people, but because the usual way of connecting stops making sense. Most conversations revolve around status, gossip, or complaints. And once he begins to see through that, he gets harder to engage. He's not bitter. He's not isolating himself out of pride, as some think. He's just stopped chasing what others are still. He starts to notice the performance in everyday interaction, the need to be liked, to belong, to stay with the right thing, and without making a big deal about it, he quietly steps back. People might still wave, they might still offer small talk, but the connection is no longer there because it was never real to begin with. He didn't cut ties, he didn't burn bridges. He simply stopped pretending. And when he does that, distance happens on its own. You don't have to do nothing about that. Distance just naturally happens on its own when you get serious and you stop pretending. This is the beginning of solitude, not loneliness, just space between who he used to be and who he is becoming. Understand that. He starts to see clearly what holds people together isn't real. It's not depth. It's not the truth. It's habit, comfort, and shared illusions. Imagine that, royal family. You understand that? People bond over complaining about their jobs, over chasing status. That is what make people bond together. Over defending ideas they never truly questioned. Over defending ideas they never truly questioned. Royal family, what you need to do is to listen to this again. Well, those of you who are subscribers to the Tiger's Nest for sure, I know you have this, you have the audio recording of this program. So you can just start it from the beginning and listen to at least the full speech that we presented to you. Why the chosen always walks alone. Inspiration from Mr. Alan Watts. Very great. Now, let us move on before we get to the subject area of the contest here in Ethiopia for the restoration of the Lalibela churches. As I said at the beginning of the Tiger's Nest, I wanted to highlight once again the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, some of you may be saying, wow, you're like the newest member of his fan club. Not necessarily. I mean, I don't have a problem with the brother, but I am thankful for his last two presentations on the world scene, where he highlighted, well, Rastafari in different ways. As I said the other evening when he was at the African Union CARICOM Summit, he acknowledged the Rastafari community that was in the audience. Now, he did not just acknowledge them in his speech. In his introduction, all protocols observed. The observation was given to the Rastafari. So we're very thankful for that. Now, the good brother was at the UN General Assembly the other day, the 80th gathering of the world leaders. And in his presentation, because everybody was there, well, I guess most everybody was there, you know, Palestine wasn't there though, but I think whoever represented Palestine got to be there virtually, but they didn't receive their their visa to get into the house. Can you imagine that? Well, you know, so for the last couple of days, leaders have been coming and going, coming and going. Some have even come and spoke and left and come back to see the president of the US. So it's a real long session there. So a few days ago, the Prime Minister, His Excellency one Terence Drew of St. Kitts and Nevis, he spoke. And in his presentation, he highlighted the need to finish the job of fully exonerating, or exonerating, not fully because it hasn't even really started, exonerating the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Now, I know that ones have their own opinion about that. It's not really a debate right now. I'm not trying to get into if it's necessary or what can that do for Marcus Garvey, XYZ. We would have done a program or two, I think, on that when the former president of the United States, one Joseph Biden, said that what did he do again? I think he pardoned Marcus Garvey. Oh, thank you very much. Imagine that. So he pardoned Marcus Mosiah Garvey. But the fight was, and this is why I am a supporter of this, because it's a moral fight. You know, Brother Julius Garvey and other right-minded individuals would have stood up and would have petitioned the US government, even Barack Obama, as it relates to the whole aspect of the exoneration of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And nothing was done. As we all know, Marcus Mosiah Garvey was arrested and charged, etc., and found guilty when he was an innocent human being. The world knows that. But yet still, we still have him on the record as a criminal. And again, you may say, well, we don't need Babylon to this and Babylon to that. But again, I think any right-minded thinking person, how would you love to have a criminal record when you didn't do anything? Any right-minded thinking person would be happy to know that they would have totally taken Marcus Garvey's name off of their criminal list. But anyway, the point is that the good brother highlighted that again, or highlighted it in his speech at the UN General Assembly. And again, I think he would have made a good point that I personally thought that I would have to say a word about it. Hey, let me say blessed to the mighty priest, Honorable Priest Germain, St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, if that's where my Lord is at the moment.
Madam President, I want to acknowledge this deep significance of the recent Africa CARICOM Summit, a historic convening that rekindles bonds severed by the brutality of the transatlantic slave trade and colonization. This diplomatic meet was a profound moment of remembrance, resistance, and reconnection. We gathered as descendants of a common ancestry, forging a shared agenda for reparatory justice, trade, transport, investment, sustainability, peace and security, climate action, and technical cooperation. Our partnership sounds loud, not only a call for financial redress, but for justice. Reparatory justice is not just about giving money, it is about correcting a moral wrong. For centuries, our ancestors were forced to work, beaten to work, dehumanized to work for free. Yet when emancipation came, it was not the enslaved who received reparations, but their enslavers. This moral inversion must be corrected. And as part of this broader historical reckoning, I also amplify the call for full exoneration of his honorable, most honorable, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, a global icon, Pan-Africanist, and prophet of liberation. And while we welcome the posthumous pardon granted to him, we continue to petition for his full exoneration. Let us correct this error in the record of justice.
So the good brother is saying, loose the black tiger. And loose the black tiger now. And again, that is Dr. Terence Drew, and he is the current Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. Beautiful. So again, I'm very thankful for the effort, and again, as I said, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis strikes again. Yes, and give thanks for such words. Very beautiful. Royal family, we're having a wonderful Tiger's Nest thus far. Technically, we would have just begun, you know. We have so much more still to touch. Well, for sure, we have to get into the whole restoration now. The contest that has been launched in Ethiopia as it relates to the restoration of the Lalibela churches. Hey, Royal family, this is the Tiger's Nest. If you are not a subscriber to the Tiger's Nest, of course, all you have to do is email us, priestisaacInstitute@gmail.com, and make sure you become a part of the subscription team. And subscribe to the Tiger's Nest continually and never miss another episode again. Yes, Royal family, don't go anywhere. Tiger's Nest continues. Cut and clear. Join us in Ethiopia for the African birthday of Christ from December the 29th, 2025 to January the 7th, 2026. A 10-day tour of Addis Ababa, Shashamane, Sidamo, its sulfur baths, and the majestic waterfalls of the south. Plus, the Battle of Adwa Memorial Museum, the palaces of Haile Selassie I and the great Menelik II, and much, much more will be added to this. Take advantage of our 50% discount until the 1st of October. Purchase your package for the remarkable price of only $1,200. Listen to this. All inclusive means your transportation, your accommodation, your security, and so forth. Again, the 50% offer will last until the 1st of October. To purchase your package or just to receive more information, email us at priestisaacInstitute@gmail.com, and you will get more information as it relates to the bonus tour to Lalibela, Ethiopia, the land of origins. See you there. Advertise with the Ambassador's Pen and get your message heard all over the world. The Ambassador's Pen is the fastest growing diplomatic magazine on the planet, with subscribers and readers internationally. Constant marketing, daily promotion will ensure that your products and services get the best attention for your dollar. Starting from only $100. Yes, you can advertise with the Ambassador's Pen. Get a half page, get a full page, or even a spread. We can embed your video into the digital magazine. Do you want your business to be recognized internationally? Advertise with the Ambassador's Pen. For more information, email us priestisaacInstitute@gmail.com. The Ambassador's Pen.